before you even say anything else, the closest thing I have come to running across this story or this series of movies in my life is from the show Bob's Burgers. And I know that you're not an adult comedy cartoon guy, but there's an episode.
Because I'm an adult, yes.
But there's actually an episode where Bob and his youngest kid, they sit down and watch a movie called Banjo.
This is you talked about this with Once Upon a Time in the West. I remember this.
Exactly. And
because that was a play on harmonica.
Exactly. And in another episode, they sit down and watch a samurai movie together called Hawk and Chick.
Which is a takeoff of Hawk the Slayer, I take it?
Yeah, that's exactly it, yeah. Or Hawk Tua.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's dated already.
But yeah, so they were watching this movie called Hawk and Chick, as opposed to Lone Wolf and Cub, which is interesting. And I had looked it up. I was like, oh, is this like a real movie? And sure enough, Lone Wolf and Cub came up, and I thought, that's cool. I'll probably never watch it, forgetting that I have a podcast with a friend. But yeah, so that was the closest I came. So this is my first dive into this series.
Another thing I want to apologize for. I was mistaken. I said last episode it's about a guy with a bad haircut walking around with the baby. No, the baby has the bad haircut. I forgot. I mixed it up.
Let's be honest. They both have bad haircuts.
Okay.
But getting back to this movie, though, so the manga was really popular. It has won all kinds of, like, accolades. It has been cited as, I guess, like this origin trope for man protecting child on a dangerous journey.
Yeah, The Mandalorian is what I think of, especially because the original Star Wars was so influenced by like Kurosawa and some of the stuff from Japan that like, oh, modern Star Wars is kind of doing their version of that with Baby Yoda.
Yes, yeah, and I didn't even think of that. And honestly, I was struggling to picture a story that I could think of off the top of my head that had this kind of relationship on screen. The closest I came to was thinking actually about another Japanese title. Yeah. The closest But the closest I came to was Berserk, which is not really the same, but it's about like this lone wandering swordsman who protects various people and at one point does have like people close to him that he protects. And
I would have to see it again, but I'm wondering if the classic 50s Western Shane is a bit like this because...
Oh.
You know, the character of Shane, whatever, he does stuff. I don't really remember the movie too well. Alan Ladd, I think. And I don't really remember a relationship with the kid other than the end of the movie is famously the kid shouting for him as he leaves. So apparently he has some kind of bond. I don't know if he's like with the kid 24/7, kind of like this. Probably isn't.
Well, and again, like apparently this is such a big trope, but I can't really think of anything else. So I'll just have to trust my sources for this.